Hi, hola. Hi, I'm back again. Last week I put out a video, cost of living, San Miguel de Allende, cost of living. So hopefully you can catch that, and and hopefully you can stick around and listen to me do this. Excuse me. I'm just gonna say I'm not a professional YouTuber. I don't do this for money or anything. I'm just doing it right now. I just want to get out there and share what I can. So, and in my videos, I share a lot of my personal, practical experience to hopefully. I don't know everything, and I always suggest to other people watch a lot of YouTube videos and watch as many as you can because there's some very interesting people. And I found that even the people who've been to like a city for 1 week. Like there's people to hop around city to city to city for a week. Listen to them too because they can share a lot of experience. You know, they don't have to have lived in a city for 6 months like I have. You know, like I lived in San Miguel de Allende for 6 months, and then there was another time I lived in Ajijic for 6 months. So, and I've been to other cities, traveled around Mexico. But there's a lot of people who've been doing this for years, too, and but they've been doing this full time, and they've got a lot to say. So please give them a listen, and you're going to get a lot out of everybody. But right now, I'm going to talk about my video I made last week was caught. No, I did cost of living in San Miguel de Allende. Yeah, I think that's the one I did last week. Cost of living in San Miguel de Allende. But this week I'm going to talk about not the newspaper. I'm going to go through the newspaper, and I'm going to use this newspaper as a guide. I didn't make up an outline or make any preparation, outline or writings for this. I'm going to kind of go off the cuff and read through this magazine because I went everywhere, and been to every type of activity, event, you name it. I've been there in San Miguel, with the exception I didn't go to the comedy jam. They have a comedy jam. They used to have one, I think, on Tuesday nights. But I didn't know. Some of these things I'm going to share I didn't go to, but there's so many things there's no way that I could have attended everything. There's just no way. So I'll just read through these things and go through here. And I think hopefully you'll find this interesting because there is something for everybody. And I come up with saying that if a person goes to San Miguel de Allende, well, Ajijic too. Ajijic's a great town too. But if a person goes to San Miguel de Allende and gets bored, there's a problem with them because there is just so much to do, I'm serious. Excuse me. But I'm going to tell you what, this paper comes out, it's called The Attention, and it comes out once a week on Fridays, and I would pick it up. Now, there's different places in town to pick it up, and I picked mine up at the organic store in Guadalupe. It's a restaurant and market, and I'd pick it up there. And they have it right by the cash register, near the cash register. But you have to get this thing. You have to get it on Friday because usually you're not going to find them on Saturdays. They're going to go quick, but you might. I don't know, but all I know is I heard to get it right away on Friday, and I get up and go and get it. So, okay, I'm going to go through this. Not only see they have some great articles, they really do have some interesting articles. This comes in both English and Spanish language. It's the same exact articles, but in the other language, Spanish and English. So you'll enjoy that. I don't consider myself. Of course, I know I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I do know a little bit. I learned from the time I've been in Mexico. And I'll tell you more because we might talk about the biblioteca. That's where I took some Spanish courses. Key you in real quick. If you want to go Somebody told me to go to the Biblioteca on Insurgentes, and I went there and I talked to a woman. She called her friend up, and her friend came by, and she was my Spanish teacher for about 4 or 5 lessons, 90-minute lessons. And she was very reasonably priced. Very reasonably priced. So I enjoyed that. I learned a little here and there, I'm still, but I'm better than some. So main thing is like I know just a little bit, and I'm learning. Every time I go to Mexico, I'm learning. So, okay, I want to get with this really quick, and let's see here. This magazine, here's that article from the front. And here, let's start out with this thing here. It's one of the early pages here, and here's something to do. It says www.shalomsanmiguel.org. Once again, I forgot to tell you, this is a early November 2018. I was down there, living there for 6 months, and I brought some newspapers back. But it's now April 2021. And I don't know what's going on with the pandemic, but I'm sure there's going to be kicking in and there's going to be a lot of activities there again. I got to believe it. I occasionally, I called a couple places, I'm planning on going back again to San Miguel de Allende. For how long, I'm not sure, but I'm already calling places to go, live at, and things like that. But I maybe get my own apartment back if I'm lucky. Well, if the guy moves out. I don't know. I think he might. Who knows, I don't know. It's a great apartment. But sometimes people just stay for 6 months or something and then they move out. So probably should. Well, anyways, that's that. And, okay, so I already mentioned, here it is once again, www.shalomsanmiguel.org. Now, this was back in November 2018. And I got to believe there's events and activities and things like that. You can even look at the websites. The Jewish Cultural and Community Center in San Miguel de Allende. It says new members welcome. It gives you the hours, information, time, phone number to call. It says Shabbat and festival services, and then film series, and then also lectures and cultural events, community holidays, celebrations, classes, and learning opportunities at the Jewish Community Center in San Miguel. So they have, okay. Here's something for a transportation company. I use that transportation company. They're pretty good. Okay, here's something else. Jazz and Blues Festival, ready to electrify audiences. And that's, it's a Teatro Pelota. Now, excuse me. You know what? I didn't go there. I didn't know about this. I can't believe I didn't know about this. I missed it. And so I overlooked it, or I just went through here. Here, for people who want to take Spanish classes, like I said, I took a few at the Teatro, but that was a private lesson, one-on-one, and I was taught person to person. But this is something different. This is the Warren Hardy Spanish, it says Uniting People. And, Warren Hardy, many people have heard of Warren Hardy. A lot of people learn Spanish through Warren Hardy, and I met a couple of people down there, a few, and they say a lot of good things about it. As a matter of fact, I got a printout from a guy of different words and vocabulary from the Warren Hardy, and I use it. I probably got it somewhere. Okay, here's this one here. Pro Musica presents the Metropolitan Opera Mexican Auditions Winners Concert. So they have the audition winners, and they're going to the New Orleans Regional Finals, and you get to see them. It's past, of course. They were playing at the St. Paul's Church, and tickets were 400 pesos, 300 pesos, 150 pesos. donation available from. Now, I know up here in the U.S., when they say it's a donation, it means that if you're down there and say you don't have it that week, you don't have the money, and you're there on a tight budget, it's by donation. They don't turn people down. That's the way I know how they use it up here. And I would say, because I know a lot of people are on tight budgets, so if they don't have the money, hey, I would say go anyway and not be embarrassed. Go enjoy yourself, because a lot of people are on a tight budget, Social Security, but whatever. But it says here, tickets, 400 pesos, 300 pesos, and 150 pesos donation. Okay, 400 pesos is $20. 300 pesos is $15. 150 pesos is $7.50. So, you're going to hear some great stuff here. It says encouragement, awards, winners, okay? And so, I'm going on about that, but that would probably be good. So, Peace of Mind, a community service project in San Miguel de Allende. Now, everything is here is past, but it doesn't mean it's not going on now. Or it doesn't mean it's going to go on again when the pandemic calms down. So, I'm going to tell you, you're vaccinated, you're going to go there, enjoy yourself, and here's a lot to do. Okay, and this is called the Peace of Mind Community Service Project in San Miguel de Allende, and how to be prepared for medical emergency seminar and resources. And that's really something there. I hope, So if you get this newspaper, you can probably get it online. I don't know. I think I got it online before, but once I looked at it, I might have. But I pick up parts of the Guadalajara Reporter. So I think you can get this one online too. I think I did once, about a year and a half ago or a year ago. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to tell you, there's rock concerts, there's concerts, blues concerts, jazz, gypsy jazz, classical. And I saw this classical violinist playing at one of these clubs. It's a restaurant, but they happen to have music there. And then I saw then down the street, there's another club that has music. And there's other clubs. I went to some upscale clubs that had jazz music, and then Latin jazz. And that's upscale. But it wasn't too much. I remember one of them I went, I think I paid $4 or $5, maybe $4. It was $4 to get in. And, it was 80 pesos. But the thing is, I asked them, I said, could I come in? I heard the music coming out, walking by. It was in Central, right down the street from the Jardín. And I asked them, I said, that's some really great music. Can I come in and hear it? I'd like to buy dinner, but I just ate something, and I just ate. And it's an upscale place. And he let me in. He says, no problem. He let me in and went and sat at the bar in the back, drank a couple Cokes. It was an upscale place. People were dressed really well. And they were dancing. It's amazing. It's Latin jazz. And they were dancing. You're really, really professional type, these people know how to dance, They really know how to dance, not jumping down. No. They dance professionally. Or they dance culturally there's sophistication and culture to the way they were dancing. It was just jumping up and down. No, not there anyway. But I've never seen it. But here's something else. Galerías, San Francisco. And there's workshops over here. Excuse me. Here there's workshops. And art workshops are acrylic painting. That's something I need to learn. I draw. I just get my art supplies by the organic restaurant. Well, actually down the street, the restaurant. And I should go down there and then I pick up my art supplies because I started drawing again, when I got down there. I just found something to do. I was inspired for some reason. I was doing abstract, but I got colored pencils and stuff. But yeah, I really got inspired over there, and I want to go and do some writing too. I did some writing before. I wrote the first draft of a screenplay. I never pitched it or anything like that, but I did show it to a guy who I worked with on a film. We actually worked on two together, but he says it's an intellectual realistic intellectual property and that I should try to sell it and stuff. But I just never did. I think I put it in a Pan Am bag, and it's somewhere, I think, in my sister's basement or something. But it's the first draft, but so I mean, you're going to be inspired. Even if I don't write the second draft or I don't write another one, yeah, I'm going to do something. I'm going to draw. And maybe I can learn how to paint. Acrylics, because I'm pretty I'm interested in the acrylics painting, and I don't know how to do that. Life and portrait drawing and oil painting. There's oil painting, abstract painting with texture. That's me. I'm abstract guy. I don't know if I have the talent to do all the good stuff. I'm just abstract guy. Collage, color, and symbols. Cold wax and oil painting. Beginning in caustic, and then there's watercolor. All these painting classes, and I tell you, I would go out, whether it's in the Hardin or there's like another Hardin over there in Central, and people are painting. They got their easels out there, and they're painting, and they're retired, and some of them paint really well. I think that anybody who goes out there with an easel and paints is painting really well. I can't say anything. They're painters, and they're good painters. That's what I say. So, they love it. You could do that, and, for people who want to do that. And here's something here. It's a Thanksgiving Fest, and because this was close to Thanksgiving, this newspaper, like something had a couple weeks, gives you some ads and. Celebrate a celebratory meal there in a hotel in different places. Hope I don't miss some things. It sounds interesting. Austin songwriter, a double dose of Austin songwriting, and that's a documentary and discussion. Mexico, the train to the promised land, and that was 70 pesos. $3.50 to see this documentary and participate or listen to and participate in the discussion. That was on a Saturday at 6 p.m. And I think they have another place at one of the hotels, and I've been to it a couple of times. It was a discussion film, a documentary film, and afterward there's a discussion. And that was really nice too. And there's a live concert there, 200 pesos. It says Steve Brooks. And then that's only 200 pesos, which is $10. USA, you're going to pay 20, 25, and pay for parking. Come on. Excuse me. Art opening. I went to a lot of art galleries, and there's so many of them. I would just walk, and I'd see them, and you just look at them, and you just go inside, and it's beautiful. Art opening, paintings by Erica DeBorn, and that's an art opening on a Friday from 6 to 8. There's going to be a lot of those art openings. And then there's a lot of galleries, where you just go walk in the daytime or in the evening. Okay, here's something else, more music. I'm going to tell you something. They got a lot of music. I know a couple restaurants I know a few, many actually. The one I went to, I said I heard Latin Jazz. I went there for $4 and they let me in, even if I wasn't going to buy a meal. I told them I just ate somewhere. I wanted to listen to the music and they were kind enough to let me in. I think they knew I really liked the music, But then I went to another place, another upscale place. I go to I mix them up, I can go to an upscale places, and I'll go to mid-range places, and then I'll go and hit the taco stands, I try to balance it around. I get a budget, and I work within my budget. And to do a lot of these things, or whatever I decide to do. And here's one that was happening back then, live at the Teatro Santa Ana, and 2 concerts on 2 different days, the same people. It doesn't give me, looks interesting. But it doesn't give us a price on this page or anything. I suppose you can call and find out. Gives you a number for tickets. And then what's this? Another art opening. There's like tons of art openings. And they're all good, look good. And then there's these literary speeches and discussions that go on. People are selling books and they're great. I bought a book from one author and then I met him in town a couple weeks ago by accident. I bumped into him and we talked for 15 minutes. Quite interesting. And you're going to meet people who are artists, musicians, and people who come. They come from the U.S. and they either live there half the year or just come down to see some friends or come down to perform and then they'll perform somewhere else in Mexico. I've even heard a lot of Mexican musicians. They come from some of the bigger cities or some of the other cities and they come and play in San Miguel. And I found the same thing in when I lived in Ajijic for 6 months. They would get musicians from 40 miles away in Guadalajara. So I got to hear a lot of Mexican musicians. They would come to San Miguel de Allende. They would come from Querétaro. So, and Mexico City too. But let's get back to this. And I already said that, covered that one. I can't cover everything. Now, here's something the otherworldly greatness of Beethoven's Final Piano Sonata. And let me see, it's a concert Steinway series presents Fidel Leal, Cuban pianist. A Cuban pianist. Wow, sounds good. 250 pesos at the door. You know what? 250 pesos, that's only like $12.50 to hear a Cuban pianist, playing Beethoven's Final Piano Sonata. Where are you going to find that? 250 pesos, which is $12.50. How much are you going to pay to go to listen to something like that in the United States and then think about paying for parking? How much? What is that? $250 pesos, $12.50. I just can't believe what I saw, some of the things that I saw and heard in San Miguel de Allende or anywhere in Mexico I've been. I've been to other cities, but I lived in San Miguel de Allende for 6 months and Ajijic for 6 months. And I, it's amazing what I've seen. Some of the things I've seen and the music I heard, such an eclectic mix of different things and music and art and it's amazing. I mean, for me to do that up here in the U.S., wow, it would cost me a lot of money. And not only that, I'd have to drive really far. This stuff's all in Central, man. People walk to these things. We walk. You take a taxi. The most the taxi's going to cost you is $2.50, or $3 at the most. But usually it was $2.50. So, I mean, here's one opera film. Teatro Santa Ana, it presents La Forza del Destino. And that's an opera film, 70 pesos, $3.50. If I saw that in the U.S., it's going to be $7 to $10 at the Detroit Institute of Arts, and I'll pay $3 for parking. And so the whole thing would cost me, without eating snacks or anything, would cost me $10, maybe $13. But over here, I could see it. I could have seen it for $3.50. Go figure. Okay, a musical feast. There's something else that's going on here. I mean, Music for Everyone by Pro Musica Youth Chamber Orchestra. Pro Musica Youth Chamber Orchestra. Free in Central. Now this is in Central. There they are. There's a picture of them too. Whoops, let me get this open. Sorry. That's them. Or some of them anyway. That's the Pro Musica Youth Chamber Orchestra. Okay, let's go through this. Art galleries are advertising in here. Furniture. There was one. Oh, here's another one. Plays. Oh, there's theater plays. And more than the one I'm going, there's more than what I'm going to share with you here. There's more. There's a lot more, but I can share this one with you. There we go. And that is the Calendar Girls now playing at the San Miguel Playhouse. And ticket prices, it doesn't say. I guess you'd have to call. Maybe it's free. It says expected to be a sellout. And but I know it's not a lot of money. I mean, it wasn't. I gotta believe it because there's, you can do a lot in San Miguel de Allende, Ajijic, and some other cities. I was in Oaxaca, I was in Guadalajara, but I stayed for 6 months in San Miguel de Allende and 6 months in Ajijic. I spent a couple weeks in Cuernavaca. Been to Tepoztlán, Cuernavaca, Oaxaca City, Guadalajara. I think somewhere else. Oaxaca City I spent 5 days in. Guadalajara only 2 days. But Cuernavaca 2 weeks. But I lived in a couple places for 6 months. So I got to feel it. And if I would have went and tried to make this video after only being there, I don't think I would have been this inspired, because I got to experience 6 months of living there. I didn't go. I mean, I've seen everything, and I've been everywhere. I mean, just about. So you can do that because you're going to have fun if you go, I'll tell you. Okay, this is the end of it. There was one other thing I was into. It was these Grammy Award winner, if I can find it. Oh, here, Poetry is Art, something there. That's interesting. I got to make this video a little shorter. Here it is. There's one I wanted to, and there's one more real quick. This one real quick I want to share. There's another one I missed because I can't be everywhere, every day, everywhere. It can't be 2 places at one time. This one is at the San Miguel Playhouse, and this was a one-night concert, and they had three people. Jesse Harris, Grammy-winning composer of Nora Jones's breakout hit, Don't Know Why, and Todd Clauser, a fascinating musician. National Public Radio says that. And Doug Robinson. Can it be said that there is wisdom in a performance? San Diego Troubadour. And that is Doug Robinson. And for all 3 of these men, 350 pesos. That's $17.50. 400 at the door. That's $20 to see all 3 of these guys. So, $20, 400 pesos, $20. How much would you pay in the U.S.? I don't think you get to see him for $20. Someone's going to want to have their hands in it and make money. A lot of money. Over here, you're going to... And here it is, a lecture, Journeys Across the Border. An immigration lawyer's story by Rebecca Eichler and Leo Rivas. Mexico-U.S. migration differs dramatically depending on direction traveled. And there's all kinds of interesting articles, interesting people, and you'll see these people in town. Now, I got to share this one here. This is there's a lot going on here, just La Biblioteca, okay? And that's where I took my Spanish lessons, and I still talk to my Spanish teacher. We text quite a bit too. We do a lot of texting because she's got a little one, and I don't want to text, call her too much. This way she can just answer me when she's available. She doesn't have to talk with me and answer something right in a minute. She's busy. She's got a little one she takes care of, 18 months old. So, yeah, I still keep in touch with her. And I have other friends there, too. We're friends, her and I. La Biblioteca, documentary, a travel lecture, a film, dance and concert, documentary, film, documentary. And that's all here at the Biblioteca. I'm just telling you. And I'm willing to bet these are all 70 pesos. $3.50, man. And you're going to meet some of the most interesting people as well. Well, of course, you're going to see some great documentaries. You really will. But for $3.50, you know, in Cuba and the Cameraman. How about this one? Historia and La Merida, History of Mexico, The Life and Times of Frida Kahlo. Okay, that's one documentary. The Zookeeper's Wife, another one. I'll just go through a few of them. So, anyways, that's all at the Biblioteca for $3.50. Jesus. Okay, did I tell you one more thing? An event I went to was, I got two more things to say. The event I went to was during this month, and I have the 10 show newspaper from it, and I went to see a lecture by, listen to a lecture by Vicente Fox, who was ex-president, former president of Mexico, and former president of Mexico, Coca-Cola of Mexico. Hold on. Now, real quick before I forget, homes. If you're rich, you can buy these homes, and if you're not so rich, or they have homes. There's homes from, and there's inexpensive homes. I understand. I don't know. I'm not a realtor, but you can call a realtor down there if you want. I'm not going to go into telling you what I know about homes because I own a home up here in the U.S., but I don't own a home there. But who knows? Maybe sometime. Maybe I'll sell this one and move down there full time. I don't know. Maybe someday. Okay, what else was I going to say? I forgot. Jeez. Oh, one last one. After I left San Miguel de Allende, after being there for 6 months, I found out that the following summer they have a film festival. And Nicolas Cage was supposed to go to that film festival. I found out after. But he couldn't show up because things changed. He had to go shoot a movie somewhere. But they also had a famous film director and a very accomplished film director receive an award there, and that was Gus Van Sant. I don't know what film or what kind of award he was given, but I saw a picture of him holding something on the internet. But Gus Van Sant directed many movies. Anyone's got to have seen one of his movies, but two of them that I think of off the top of the hat, and I can think of others, are Good Will Hunting and Drugstore Cowboy. So those are two films that I can think of more. I already know more, but because I'm a film buff guy, I'm a film guy. I worked in film before. But I really like Gus Van Sant's movies. So anyway, that's happening in San Miguel de Allende, So get out there, enjoy yourself, and I'm telling you, there is just, like I said, if you get bored in San Miguel de Allende, there's a lot more than what I read, and you're going to find more things to do too. And even your karaoke lovers, they got karaoke connections there. People build bonds, and they bond with each other, and they get to know. And then there's expats, people, foreigners, and expats who come to live there for a full year. They retire there for good, or they're snowbirds, or they come for a couple of weeks, or they come for a month. You're going to meet all kinds of people, from all over the globe in San Miguel de Allende. And you will in Ajijic, too. There's a lot, too, there, too. But right now I'm talking about San Miguel de Allende, and I'm going to come back and talk about Ajijic probably next week. So get this paper. You might be able to get it on the internet. I'm pretty sure you could. I don't work for this newspaper. I don't represent this newspaper. I really enjoy it. It comes out every Friday. And I think I got it once on the internet and saw it. But right now, lately, I haven't been reading the newspapers too much, but I was reading the Guadalajara Reporter. They give you sections of it, up on the internet. You can also subscribe to it too. So I don't know if you can subscribe to this one. That's good. I might just do that tomorrow. But anyways, I want to say good night. It's night over here in Michigan. I'm outside the Detroit area, and yeah, good night. Buenas noches, adios, hasta luego, and gracias. Buenas noches.